Hello grade 7, today let's study together, let's complete to lesson 3 in unit 1 in the second term. Lesson 3 is talking about square roots and cube roots. Here we know that important remark, the product of a number multiplied by itself, it's called the square of this number. But if we multiply the product number multiplied by itself 3 times, multiplied by itself, it's called cube of this number, of that number. So we have here 1 power 2, 1 times 1, it will be 1, 2 power 2, 4, 3 power 2, 3 times 3 equal 9, 4 power 2, 4 times 4 equals 16, 5 power 2, 5 times 5 equal 25, 6 power 2 equals 6 times 6, 36, 7 power 2, 7 times 7, 49, 8 power 2, 8 times 8 equal 64, 9 power 2, it will be 9 times 9 equal 81, 10 power 2 equal 10 times 10 equal 100. So we have here 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100. All of them are perfect square. Now here in another side, if we have 1 power 3, it's meaning 1 times 1 times 1. It's also 1. Any number times 1 equal itself. Here 2 power 3, 2 times 2 times 2, 2 times 2 4, 4 times 2 it will be 8. Here 3 power 3, 3 times 3 times 3, 3 times 3 9 times 3 27, 4 power 3 it will be 64, 5 power 3 it will be 125, 6 power 3 equal 216, 7 power 3 we have here 343, 8 power 3 it will be 8 times 8, 64 times 8 equal 512, 9 power 3, 9 times 9 times 9 equals 729, and 10 power 3 it will be 1000. So we have here 1, 8, 27, 64, 125, 216, 343, 512, 729, 1000, and so on. All of them are perfect cube. Yes. Now we will learn together what is the meaning of roots. Roots can consider into 2 roots. We have here square root and cube root. Square root of perfect square. Square root, the symbol of them, it will be as the same. Here, root. And here cube root as the same, but the root we have the number 3. Cube root, square root. You can write 2 here or you cancel 2 here, it's meaning square root. Here the square root is a number whose square equal its written number. So we have here 1 power 2, it will be 1, so square root 1 equal 1. 2 power 2 equal 4, so square root 4 equal 2. 3 power 2 equal 9, so square root 9 equal 3. 4 power 2 equal 16, so square root 16 equal 4. 5 power 2 equal 25, so square root 25 equal 5. 6 power 2 36, square root 36 equal 6. Square root 49 7, square root 64 8, square root 81 9, square root 10, square root 100 it will be 10, because the number inside the square root, all of them are perfect square. Yes. Here the cube root. The cube root is a number whose cube equal the written of its number. Cube root 1 equal 1. Cube root 8, not 4. We have 1, 8, 27, 64, and etc. All of them are perfect cube. Here, so cube root 8 equal 2. Cube root 27 equals 3. Cube root 64 equal 4. Cube root 125 equal 5. Cube root 216 equal 6. Cube root 343 equal 7. Cube root 512 equal 8. Cube root 729 equal 9. Cube root 1000 equal 10. And you can using calculator. Your calculator you can use it. So we have here this item here square root 25 it will be 5, but here square root 64 equal 8. And you can write, how can I write cube root? You can make shift and square root. shift and square root here, it's meaning cube root. Cube root 64, it will be 4. Cube root 64, it's also 4. Yes, that's our calculation by using calculator. Now, we have some very important notes. Square root 0, it will be 0. Square root 0 equal 0. Square root 64 equal 8. But what about for cube root 64? It will be 4. Here we have square root 64, 8. But here cube root 64 equal 4. Because here 8 times 8 equals 64. 4 times 4 times 4 equals 64. Yes, but what about for the square root of negative 64? It's undefined. It's meaningless. Why, mister? Because there is no number when multiplied by itself, the result is a negative, or the outcomes is a negative. We know that any number as positive or negative times itself, the answer it will be positive. Positive times positive equal positive. Negative times negative equal also positive. But what about for a square root negative 64? You can write it on the calculator. The calculator take it math error. Math error, it's meaning undefined or meaningless. Okay. Here, but negative square root 64 equal negative 8. Negative square root 64 equal negative outside square root 64 equal 8. Okay, yes. Here we have cube root negative 64, it's equal to negative cube root 64 equal negative 4. Mister, cube root negative is defined? Yes, cube root negative is defined because negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4 equal negative 64. So you can write cube root negative 64, the answer it will be negative 4. Yes, okay. Now here, what about for square root 8? I say that find the square root of 64. Square root of 64. 8. What about for negative 8? Negative 8 power 2, it's also 64. So square root 64, I must to write positive or negative. We have two answers. The square root of any number, the result it will be positive or negative. Positive or negative. Yes. As the same for take it an example here. How can you solve the equation by using the square root? If we have x power 2 equal a, where a greater than or equal 0, that's important note. The number inside the number of a, it's meaning positive because here power even. Yes, then x, it's meaning positive or negative square root a. Positive or negative square root a. For example here, if x power 2 equals 49, you can find x square positive or negative square root 49, it will be positive or negative 7. Yes, and another way, if we have a square root x equal a, then x equal, you can make power 2 of this number. You can raise the number power 2. Here, square root x equal 4, so x 4 power 2, it will be 60. We have another three preload example about here for finding the solve of square root. Finding the value of x here. Square root x plus 2 equal 4. You can make 2 here in the other side by inverse operation. So 4 minus 2, it will be 2. Square root x equal 2. Then x equal 2 power 2, it will be 4. The answer it will be 4. Here, x power 2 plus 1 equals 17. You can put 1 in another side by the inverse operation. X power 2 equals 17 minus 1. 17 minus 1 equals 16. X power 2 equals 16. So x positive or negative square root 16, it's equal to positive or negative 4. Positive or negative 4. Yes. Here we have another example. 2x power 2, 2x power 2 minus 4 equals 16. So 46. I'm sorry. 2x power 2 minus 4 equal 46. You can put negative 4 as other side by the inverse operation. So 2x power 2 equals 46 plus 4 equal 50. 2x power 2 equal 50. So I can take x power 2 equal 50 over 2. 50 divided 2 equal 25. 50 over 2 equal 25. X power 2 equal 25. So x equal positive or negative square root 25 equal positive or negative 5. The answer will be positive or negative 5. Now we have, how can you solve the equation by using a cube root? If we have x power 3 equal a, so you can find x cube root of a. X equal cube root of a. So, as example, x power 3 equal 125. Find x. X cube root 125, it will be 5. Yes. Here. But if we have cube root of a number equal a, then I need to find the number raised to power 3. The opposite of the operation. Exponent is root. We have operation and opposite operation of it. Opposite addition, subtraction. Opposite multiplication, division. Opposite the exponent, root. Opposite the exponent is root. So you can raise x, the number to the power 3. Cube root x equal 4, so x equal 4 power 3, it will be 4 times 4 times 4, it will be 64. We have another 3 examples here of it. Here, find the value of x for each of the following. Cube root x minus 2 equals 3. You can put negative 2 here as in the other side by the inverse operation. Cube root x equals 3 plus 2 equal 5. Cube root x equal 5. What about for x? Raised 5 power 3. 5 power 3, it will be 125. Number 2, 3x power 2 plus 15 equal 96. 3x power 2 plus 15 equal 96. You can put 15 in another side by negative. 96 minus 15, it will be 81. So 3x power 3 equal 81. I need to find 1x. X power 3, it will be 81 divided 3. 81 divided 3, it will be 27. We have here x power 3 equal 27. X equal, I need to find x cube root 27 equal 3 or positive or negative 3. No, 3 only, because it's cube root, not a square root. Be attention with them. Yes, cube root of 27, it will be 3. Cube root of negative 27, it will be negative 3. Be attention with cube root or square root. Another here example, 2x power 3 minus 5 equal negative 59. You can put negative 59 and positive 5. It will be negative 54. 2x power 3 equal negative 54. So x power 3 equal negative 54 divided 2, it will be negative 27. X power 3 equal negative 27. So x cube root of negative 27. Cube root of negative 27, it will be the answer negative 3. Not undivided, this cube root, not a square root. Pay attention. It's cube root, not a square root. Cube root negative 27 equal negative 3. By the end of this example, we finished lesson 3 in unit 1 in the second term, square root and cube root. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for the channel of MBS. Thank you, grade 7.